The family of Donna Major has publicly criticized President Joe Biden's decision to commute the death sentence of Brandon Council, who murdered Major and her coworker Catherine Skeen during a 2017 bank robbery. The announcement, made just before Christmas, came without prior consultation with the victims' families, intensifying their anger and frustration.
On Sunday afternoon, I was actually gathered with my in-laws for our family Christmas. My sister was gathered with her in-laws, and we got the call, and I was angry. I'm still angry. I am upset that this is even happening, that one man can make this decision without even talking to the victims, without any regard for what we've been through, what we're going through. I'm completely hurt, frustrated, and angry.
So Heather, nobody gave you a heads up that this was coming from the White House?
So in May, we heard that this is a possibility. And at that point, we began writing letters to the pardon attorney. I reached out requesting an in-person meeting in DC, and we were refused. They denied our right to have our voices heard. We're victims. My mother was murdered at the hands of Brandon Council. They should have heard our story, and all we got was a 10-minute virtual conference, and clearly that fell on deaf ears. They did not want to hear our story.
Danny, Joe Biden, or whoever made this decision, because it is entirely unclear whether this came from him directly or his people, he's showing mercy to your wife's killer. Was your wife shown any mercy?
She was shown no mercy at all. This man walked into the bank, never said 2 words to her, shot her 3 times in total. When shot her coworker, Katie Skeen, as well, who was totally defenseless and unaware of anything's happening. It's just beyond me that I can't even believe that this has actually happened. A commuting of sentences like this of 37 victims, all but 3, which were certainly a political scheme. Well, no, undoubtedly. Joe Biden was also told by the Pope that he should stop these executions. Now, what the Pope has to do with anything in this country, I don't know. But Joe Biden certainly has no convictions. He's a senile old man. He can't tie his shoes, I wouldn't think, if you could see him in person. It's absolutely disgusting.
Heather Turner, Donna Major's daughter, expressed her outrage during an interview on Fox and Friends, recounting how her family learned about the commutation during their holiday gathering. One man can make this decision without even talking to the victims, without any regard for what we've been through, what we're going through. I'm completely hurt, frustrated, and angry, Turner said. Turner revealed that despite months of effort, including letters to the pardons attorney and requests for an in-person meeting in Washington, D.C., their appeals were denied. Instead, they were given a brief virtual conference, which she described as insufficient and dismissive. Danny Jenkins, Major's husband, expressed disbelief and anger over the decision, highlighting the violent and senseless nature of the crime. This man walked into the bank, never said 2 words to her. Shot her 3 times in total. It's beyond me that this has actually happened, Jenkins stated. Former federal prosecutor Derek Shoemake, who worked on Council's case, called the commutation difficult to see, emphasizing that it undermines the jury's original decision and adds to the suffering of the victims' families. The justice system worked as it was supposed to, and this decision disregards that, Shoemake said. President Biden defended his decision, reiterating his opposition to the federal death penalty on moral and ethical grounds. In his statement, Biden emphasized his commitment to preventing future federal executions. However, critics argue that this decision disregards the voices of victims' families and undermines the integrity of the justice system. The commutation has reignited debates about the death penalty, with families of victims and commentators questioning the balance between justice and mercy in such decisions.